Sorry for cutting off the Yelan music early, but I just felt very impatient to start the stream at 12:30, so I was like, might as well. Hey Lumine, hey Foxy, hey Matei, hello Eris, hello Val, hello Moon, I see you there. I think Hoven's here. I don't know if they're still here, but welcome, welcome here. Okay. I mean, I'm still pretty tired because right now the weather here, it's like high temperature, but it rained yesterday, so it doesn't feel like it's at a high temperature. You know, it's like supposed to be 80 degrees Fahrenheit or like I don't know how much that is in Celsius off the top of my head, but it's much cooler, which is nice. Hey Jordan, what's up? Oh, there is Yelan. Nope. We got 107. Hey Star, what's up? All right. So to recap, here's what we have for Yelan now in terms of artifacts. We had her on Heart of Depth and Noblesse, but we switched her over to Tenacity into Noblesse. Exactly, Moon. Fun fact, I played Puzzle and Dragons before Moon. So there was there was a light attribute in the game which contained a lot of my favorite monsters and characters. So that was how I got the name, Puzzle and Light. What if we have Emblem? I'm still trying to get the pieces, Val. I'm still trying to get the pieces. If you have full set Emblem, then her burst damage goes through the roof. It's actually her best in slot, but this is what we got. I think I was able to still get 40%, or rather 40 KHP with this. We can take a look at the stats real quick before I forget. Had to opt for an energy recharge, HP, and crit. I'm hoping to change these into like Hydro HP with like high crit stats, because then I can have a lot of energy recharge to work with her. But total stats right now are 82, 216, 167 energy recharge. Puzzle, do you like using your own team comps or do you like using the meta? Depends, Moon. If I know a meta team will make my life a little bit easier to let me use my own fun team comps, then I'll use meta. But if meta is like highly unneeded and I can just do whatever, then I'll just do whatever. It depends. What weapon am I using? I am using her signature weapon, Aqua Simulacra. Yep. We still have to thank Val for this one. 40 wishes in on the weapon banner because she reminded me that I pulled Yelan early. So anyway, today's just gonna be a pretty chill day. We did pretty much all of the perilous trails, accidentally started Yelan's story quest, so I feel pretty bad. You can't hear me? What? Hang on, I gotta check my volume now. What? Oh, I think you're talking about. Okay. Jeez. I do know Total Drama Island. I used to watch that show when it was on Cartoon Network. I think seasons 1 and 2 is when I like really got into it. I think I started disliking it after like season 3 or season 4. I forget. Okay, so today we need to farm crystal cores. That's going to be one of the things we need to do today. I always put it off. Do I watch Stranger Things? I do not watch Stranger Things. I know that it exists, but I have not watched it myself. Oh, seasons 5 and 6. Okay, I think 3 and 4 were. I was like, okay, it's still good-ish. I think seasons 5 and 6 is what made me go meh, meh. I don't care. 2 new seasons of Total Drama. Interesting. You just farmed crystal cores today? Nice. I've just been using a lot of crystal cores for condensed farming, so I always forget to restock when I need to. So I'm probably going to dedicate maybe 2 to 3 days of restocking. Then I'll be good. Or I could just keep restocking every day. I don't know. It's just such a pain to remember to farm them. Then again, I do artifact routes, so that's not an excuse. Alright, so this team is a little different because right now only Yelan and Kaching need to get friendship. Ayaka is out of the friendship team. So we can run the double Hydro squad plus Bennett, which is interesting. Or I can choose not to run Bennett, depending. I could probably run someone like Kazuha. Or, who else would I run? I guess I could run Kazuha. I'll claim my battle pass when I'm done with dailies and stuff. Yeah, Ayaka is friendship 10 now. I can show you. There she is. Friendship 10. I will be farming Emblem today. Yes. I think I have a couple of fragile resins, so I might use them today as well. So, which is why I want to farm crystal cores before we do artifacts. You kind of want an OP partner for Emblem. You want to crack 7 condensed. Okay, that's fine. Your mom thought Yelan gliding was an angel? I mean, technically. She's not wrong. She is quite angelic. We'll bring Kazuha. 7 fragiles, not condensed. I see, I see. So you want the fast, the speedy runs. Understandable. I swear to God, if Yelan gets a skin, I'm buying it. God damn. That's gonna destroy me. We will give her the dragon spine. Can't get gold artifacts yet? You can get gold artifacts from AR45 and above, because that's when in artifact domains you'll get the guaranteed 5-star drop. So don't worry. Level 71, level 61 Deluge, by the way. 8 levels and he can be a god. How to unlock wings? I think it's you have to get a specific level on Dragon Spine. I think level 8 or something? Or is it level 10 for completing everything? I've honestly forgotten. Anyway, let's do this. Oh. How much damage am I doing? I didn't even get to see, but that's okay. Two-piece noblesse and HOD. If you were farming for Ayaka and you got some cracked noblesse pieces or cracked blizzard pieces, exchanging for noblesse with your trash pieces, yeah, you can go with that. You'd have to go with like ER, HP or Hydro, and then like crit stat, I guess. I mean, it can work, yeah, depending on your weapon choice. Hey, Hutao, welcome to stream. You really want the Inazuma wings? You're gonna have to do a lot of grinding, Moonborn. Oh yeah, you wanted me to look at your stuff. Sure. Oh, I must have missed you. There you are. I mean, to be fair, Val, I didn't even look at artifacts when I was at AR7. So, all I did was just get my character, slap a weapon on him, and hoped for the best. 53, 147, 142. Okay, not bad. With the stringless, not bad at all. Noblesse only, okay. Yarn, that's pretty much a solid flower. Don't get rid of that. This could be double. This could be an HP percent, but this is a solid feather. HP percent. You need a better sans. Hydro. Good crit rate. HP. Crit damage. Could be better. I'm only checking out GDs because I don't know. I'll check out one more, sure. Have I heard of Show Speed? I haven't heard of that person actually, Eris. Who are they? We'll look at one more Yelan. $46, 68, 157. All right, crit ratio is a bit better here. Elegy, okay. You're going to support builds. That's fine. Yeah, full support. That's good. Crit, perfect. If that defense were HP percent, this would have been the perfect. Flower. Perfect. Perfect. Almost there. But it's technically perfect for support Yelan, so good. Crit damage. You're perfect. You're good. Like, I have nothing else to say. Your support Yelan is done. He's dead to you now. Jeez. His chat literally screamed at him to not play Genshin. Really? What happened? That sounds pretty bad. Can I check your Yelan? I mean, now that you're in the AR45 league, Val, I'm going to have to give you actual constructive criticism. I can't look at your Yelan. I'm just going to say that your Yelan has perfect 100% crit rate to 200% crit damage. It's beautiful. 10 out of 10. Triple crown. C6. Wonderful. All right, moving on. I'll just have to wait for it to update. His chat doesn't like Genshin Impact. Really? That's terrible. I mean, just let the guy play what he wants to play. You know? It's not that bad. It's only bad when you, like, go into the wrong communities or something. Hang on. It's the afternoon, yes. Okay. I'll be sure to check it after this commission. Yeah, energy recharge is a bit better with this build. So I'm going to probably keep this. Until I get, like, actually solid emblem pieces. I mean, I have to do that with my other emblem Shimenawa characters regardless, so it's whatever. You tried out Yelan with multiple teams? Tell me how it is. There was a re-upload of the moment. The comments said, don't be... Oh, jeez, really? It's that one? It's that thing? Okay. Any build for Ayato? Just give me a second, Eris, because, like, that's pretty dumb. So, build for Ayato. You can go 4-piece Gladiator. It's accessible if you've been, like, farming world bosses for his Ascension material anyway. It's the weakest, but it's the most accessible. Otherwise, you can go 4-piece Heart of Depth, or you can go mix of both, or 4-piece Echoes. His swords can be Battle Pass Sword, Black Sword or Black Cliff Longsword, Amenoma Kageuchi, Lion's Roar, to name a few. Or go for the 5-star weapons like Haran, Mist Splitter, Jade Cutter. Those work fine. Hello, Anne. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. After that, you just quit watching streams. I see. So it's more of a double... Okay. Okay. Understood. Understood. It's a bit of a weird case then. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just finish commissions then. Just so we have some room to breathe. Val, sorry about it. Your brother hates you because you play the game? Why? No. Oh wow, that's a lot. You can only watch weekend because of time zone? Understandable. I mean, I'm sorry, because, you know... Well, I don't think I should be sorry, because work. Because they're children. Oh, okay then. Well, they can only really follow what they think is cool. Makes me miss the version 1.0 days where everyone would ask you to play this game. But now it's like, please stay away from this game. There's like... very evil people in here. I'm like, alright, sure, I guess I must be totally evil. I do commit F2P crimes, so it's understandable. You know. Hello, Mutant Heart. What's up? Oh. Enjoy the Pyronado. Excuse me. That's fine. I mean, that's just a bit of a... 9 likes on Hoyo Lab? Interesting. I still have yet to make another post there. But just to touch back on the whole Genshin thing, it's a shame that people are, hating people that play the game or are not giving the game a shot. Because if they just take out the gacha, or, they don't participate in the gacha too much, if they just ignore Spiral Abyss, this game's pretty solid. They can play it slowly. It's just a single player game with few aspects of multiplayer, but that they don't have to participate in, which is, the core experience of it. I just let Yelan borrow someone's ER artifact for now. You're gonna pull Yelan on her rerun? Understandable, man. But yeah, as I was just talking about real quick, the game is good. They don't, people who want to join the game, they don't have to go full meta tryhard at all. They only need to start the Spiral Abyss when they feel like it. And this game is mostly solo regardless. So I don't know, it just feels kind of crappy when people link the game to terrible people. On a lighter note, your friend got Xiao. Nice. Good stuff. Xiao is very, very cool. Yeah, Hu Tao only had 1 rerun so far. You might be thinking of Xiao. She would have to get her 2nd rerun. Boom. It is a casual game, and sometimes I like to max out my damage for maybe some fun big numbers once in a while. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I don't like to impose that on other people when they're joining, I don't know what that climbing was, Eris. It's just weird. C1 Hu Tao is pretty solid for any type of player, but you don't need it if you know how to do the jump cancel. But I guess if you get tired of it, then yeah, C1's solid. Yeah, I guess Ayaka technically did get 2 reruns. It's just been a very extended banner. Non-meta swords that I recommend? For who exactly? Depends on the character. Ayato? For Mr. Kamisato Ayato, if you do not have a 5-star weapon, which Bennett is currently holding, Ame no Makageuchi R1 is solid. It was actually a monster, not soda. Because I have my lunch with me, so I just grabbed a monster and like a little wrap. So, anyways, Ame no Makageuchi is one of Ayato's best swords. You can get it through you have to get the blueprints through a world quest in Inazuma. I forget how you start it though. There's plenty of guides available on it in order to get the weapon. But this is a very solid free-to-play option. Works well with Ayaka as well because of the passive. Gives you a lot of attack and a lot of energy to refund for your burst. So, yeah. Hey Reagan, welcome to stream. I'm just giving some easy free-to-play weapon options, or options in general for quote-unquote non-meta swords like Mistsplitter. A second sword I would recommend for stat stick is Blackcliff Longsword. This is like the weaker option because you won't be able to activate the passive too much, but it's a nice stat stick for crit damage. Decent attack too. If you have it from Wishing and you have like extra star glitter you don't need, then you can just pick one up and call it a day. Lion's Roar works in specific situations. If you're using him in Electro Charge and or Vaporize teams, and you can somehow get him to do the Vaporize, it's very solid. Vaporize or Electro Charge, it's very solid damage. Allows you to not have to worry about crit stats too much. Harbinger of Dawn also works for some freeze teams if you're using him with if you're using Ayato in that freeze team. Allows you to maintain this beast of a crit damage substat with a free 28% crit rate. Only works for freeze though. Some maybe Electro Charge, but you have to be careful with HP. Lion's Roar is really good for Kaching, yeah. It's like her sword, technically. Her 4-star sword, anyway. I'll check your Yelan. Sure. Alright, we can see it. 34, 55, 159. You're good on the energy recharge. You need to bring up those stats. Okay, Fading Twilight, good. You're going with 4-piece emblem, good. Okay, technically okay, but that flat attack could have been better. Could have been a better stat. HP, okay. HP, this one's really good. Shame that it rolled a lot into attack percent though. And that's not good. You can give this HP percent or energy recharge. Otherwise, you're going in the right direction now, Val. Very good. Constellation, 0 talents. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing very good. Where was I going? Oh, yeah. But yeah, Toast, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Hope Luna's doing well. Or should I say Reagan? I always forget if I should call you by Reagan or Toast. Yeah, a lot of people do. I find that to be a little endearing and a little weird. Because I'm usually very quiet in real life, so I don't talk to a lot of people that much. I only talk to like maybe some of my coworkers, my family. That's it. For the most part, anyway. You feel tired? Understandable. Maybe get some water. maybe stretch a little bit. I find that helps me when I feel a little tired, you know, just a couple of stretches does wonders. And also sleeping early. Sleeping early is useful. I mean, technically, sleeping again does work, but if you're already awake and you don't want to go back to sleep, then, you know, stretches never really hurt unless you overexert yourself. Then it can kind of hurt, especially when you're just like stretching your legs and suddenly like you start to cramp up because you've like stretched them too quickly, and that feels the absolute worst. Yelan is faster than Sayu. But yeah, just going back real quick. Just getting a random cramp in your leg, then feeling the pain is like terrible. Yeah, but I guess overstretching, you know, I guess not overstretching, but stretching consistently does help. I may have gotten a couple of those weird leg cramps at some mornings when I try to just do a nice little stretch in bed, but then suddenly pain. I'm like, God damn it. It's only suffering, man. Once you woke up from sleep in the middle of the night because of a leg cramp. It do be like that, man. It do be like that. I don't think it's happened to me at night a lot. I know that it's happened in the past, but nowadays it's more so in the morning. Ah yes, Val, the thing. And Moon, honestly, I would have forgotten it too if I didn't see the incessant Pride Month ads rolling along. I'm like, alright, it's Pride Month. Alright. Oh. Xiao versus Yelan, who wins? Depends on the situation. Just like overall, or like what are we talking about here? Because I mean, Xiao has like several thousand years of combat experience. Power-wise? Like Xiao fought, but oh, like lore-wise, Xiao. He has 2,000 years of prior experience. Like, come on. Of combat expertise. It's Xiao hands down. Yelan, sure, she has her tricks, she has her ways, she is very powerful. But against a literal, like, demigod, or not even a demigod, but just like a powerful creature that has served a god and then has continued protecting the people, well, I mean, it's kind of hard. to say it in Yelan's favor. Hey Rowan, what's up? Welcome to stream. And Eris, you're scared to order Pride merch because you could get bullied. I mean, to be fair, you should, I mean, buy some. I personally don't plan to because I don't know, I just don't want to. It feels scummy to buy things related to Pride when you could just do it for free and respect humans in a decent manner, but whatever. Ah, the cutscene. Welcome to the club. And no one could really take Xiao seriously because he is short. So far, Rowan, I'm trying to see what I can get for the next 5-star. But what I'm also trying to hope from the 4 stars is just C6 Yanfei or C6 Noel as I'm pulling for the next 5-star. Oh, my phone's fully charged. Okay. Yeah, my phone. It just gave a notification that it's fully charged. Why do I have an Android? Because I don't like Apple. That's all. And that's all. It did turn into an emoji, yeah. Your friend can't take him seriously because they're friends. Oh, okay. I see. Understandable. Anyway. We were kind of talking about Xiao, yeah. And how people kind of don't take him seriously. Yeah, because I mean, Xiao is cool, but now people kind of see him as overrated. Because of, well, how many people tout him as the best Anemo DPS, because there's only one of him. So. And even before his release, so I guess he got overrated very quickly. What's so bad about Xiao? Nothing. It's just that people hype him up too much. Or they're very weird about him. So it leads to other people getting a negative impression of him. You know, standard stuff. In your case, you think because people simp or he's an emo, huh? Get it? Cause he's edgy and and he's animo. Get it? That joke has not been repeated hundreds of times to death. Haha. Very funny. Anyway, moving on. Any reason I'm crystal farming? It's just habit, Rowan. That's all. I tend to focus on my crystal routes just so in case any new like craftable 4-star that's pretty good, that's pretty nice, pops up, I'll just be ready for it. But I guess they would also require who's the green hair ninja, by the way? Haha, I got it. Her name is Kuki Shinobu. Cause she all the fan arts of her like eating cookies is like adorable. Some of them are I don't know if I've seen a lot, but some of them can be a little weird. Alright, so it's over there today. Do you think Sumeru will be released this year? Maybe teased this year, but I don't know if released this year. It's like very close. You saw weird Yelan fan art? Oh boy. How weird are we talking here? How weird are we talking? Yeah, there you go. That's like the tamest out of the weird. That's the tamest, unfortunately. Do you think Kazuo and Klee will get their rerun soon? They better. It's been over a year. I want them to get their reruns. Just so I can be like, damn, finally. I mean, that's quite literally it. I just want it just because I want them to finally have a rerun. In general. Good. 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 Because it has been over a year. Because their last runs were in 1.6. Yeah, 1.6. Wow, that's a long time. Kalei, I know she's from the manga. So I don't know. Sinome, I don't know about him either. I'm just gonna wait for like art to think of, because all we have are words of Sumeru. A little bit of a description from the manga, but nothing actually in game. So I have to wait. And we get some ideas from the chasm, obviously. But I want to see like those like rendered artworks, like the ones we had of Inazuma prior, before Inazuma became a thing. Yeah, the situation's pretty terrible. Like the Fatui are invading Sumeru, they're blocking off exits and stuff. It seems to be a pretty bad situation, based on what Liben said. Yeah, Fontaine's gonna be pretty interesting as well. All I can say is I'm just excited based on the music from the Tevat storyline chapter trailer. So I'm like, alright, you know, Fontaine's coming around. Cool, cool. But I'm not, you know, coming up with theories, fan arts of specific characters. And then when Hoyoverse officially releases the characters, I don't get angry because they aren't, you know, my character that I made up based on what little crumbs they give. So I just tend to wait and enjoy. I don't have hopes for anything, Rowan. I just wait. I just wait and see. Because if I do have hopes, they will be destroyed. As what they do on a regular basis. So if I have no hopes, they cannot destroy it. I mean, I've been playing the game for a year. I know when they absolutely destroy you. I've seen it all. So all I can do is just relax. And I will hope for the best. But I will not pile that on, you know. I just give an average amount and let it play out. Because I've only gotten the free skins so far. I have not done any purchase skins. So yeah. Who will I pull for in future reruns? I want to get Kazuha Constellations. Probably up to Constellation 2, so we'll see about that. Otherwise, I can't think of anyone else I would like at the moment. Someone in the server kept getting ads for Genshin? Interesting. Yeah, Chaoyang Village. That's been an interesting point of contention. Because it appears to act like a crossing point between Liyue and Sumeru, if I recall. I mean, honestly, with the pattern they've been doing, Rowan, they're most likely going to do Fischl free and Diluc paid. Just because they have to maintain that pattern. Wonder if we'll see Liben again? Maybe. We'll probably see him. Hey, Cosmo Simp, welcome to the stream. You feel like listening to... What is that? I'm unsure what that is. Like, feel like listening to Mother Mother. Oh. Just keep grabbing these. Oh, cool. I don't think I've heard of them. Good. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of them, period. This is my first time hearing of this band. Just give me a second. I always have to remember the route. We're just chilling, Rowan. I already completed all of the event quest, like 2 streams before. I completed all of the perilous quests, the perilous trails, the path to Guile and War. I already finished that. So now we might be doing Yelan's story quest today, while we're also doing a bit of artifact farming. Yeah, there's nothing too hectic to do at the moment, so... Are we high on life? Not too sure. What's artifact grinding? We basically run a domain that contains specific artifacts. You spend resin on it, you get the artifacts, you get depression from farming artifacts, and then you rinse and repeat. That is artifact grinding in a nutshell. We do it anyway to gear our characters. Oh, the thing I'm doing now, this is also artifact grinding, but it's less depression because you're guaranteed to get artifact fodder. This is just like a specific route where you get 1 to 2 star artifacts, which you can then feed or sell off depending on what you need. It just gives me an excuse to just play the game a little longer, because if you cut this out, I could just end my stream in like maybe an hour tops. I could technically do that. Hey Maya, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. Then when you get a good artifact, it'll all roll defense. Eris, you know it well. Everyone knows it well. But then it becomes a Noel piece. All pieces become Noel pieces. Hey Uto, welcome back from last stream. Hope you're doing well. Down there. Beto, Noel, Eugene, Goro, Ito. Yeah. Favorite 4-star? For nostalgia purposes, I'd say Razor. He was my first like actual DPS character. So that spot goes to him. I think one of my favorite 4-stars would have to be... Can't think of it right now. I guess it would probably be Razor. Overall, then. Would I screenshot an NFT? Probably. I mean, I know there's been memes of that going around. And hey, Rose, what's up? There's been lots of memes going around about screenshotting NFTs and news about, like, the rise and continual fall of NFTs. I haven't been keeping up with that. I just know that it's bad right now. Doing okay, Maya. Thank you for asking. Exactly, and crit pieces on Ocean Hued feels bad. And sure thing, Rose. Make sure you apply a good amount of sunscreen, if that's the case. And I guess I will say Razor is underrated. That's for sure. It's because there's a lot of fancier 5 stars that do more. And Eula kind of superseded him as the physical carry. You did put on sunscreen? Well, probably got to put on more sunscreen. That's the only answer. Or just go in the shade, probably. It depends if you really want to build Razor. A lot of people don't build Razor solely because of Abyss reasons. Solely because of Abyss. Like, it's possible, but it's going to be very, very tough. Well, damn, Rose, I don't know what to say. Razor carries you in the Abyss, Uto? Understandable. I'm trying to think. Because now that I have like a decent set on Razor at the moment, I could probably try to bring him back for some Abyss runs. Yeah, I guess the same here, Moon. Because I love to collect characters, don't get me wrong, but the speed of them is just ridiculous sometimes. It just feels ridiculous. But I guess, people would get very bored of the game when there's nothing to do. There's no new thing to keep them attracted. Traveler is the main character, that's true. I actually didn't use Traveler for a while until I got Zhongli. Then I built him as Geo Traveler, and I love the Geo Death Cage. It's so nice. So nice. Because if you position it right, it's just so much passive damage that, might as well, right? But obviously, Geo main characters like only there for crit rate boost and his burst. See you later, Rose. Thank you for stopping by. I think I'm able to build that funny team, Moon. What are the requirements for it? Oh, accidentally picked one off. That's fine. Dragon Spine. Because, I mean, I have the almost all characters. I'm missing like 5 at the moment, as of now. Which feels crazy. Do you think the Lost Riches event? Probably. It will most likely pop up again for Sumeru, and then we can pick like a Dendros Healy, which will be pretty cool. Because they reran the Lost Riches event in Inazuma, and that's how I got the Deep Violet Sealy you see right next to me. So it's not highly impossible. Oh, excuse me. Ah, you mean that funny thing. Yes. I know what you're talking about. Zhongli and Geotraveler are unstoppable with that funny thing. Yep. Absolutely. Yep, the good old... It's a classic. It's a classic. You haven't gotten one yet since you weren't playing since the event game. You'll have a chance, Maya. Don't worry. I don't know exactly when the rerun will happen, but it will happen. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. Oh. We're almost done. Don't worry. This is just an extended route into the chasm. Because, I mean, honestly, you don't even need to go into the chasm to get these last 6, but, you know, it's a new area. I might as well. What's a build that I recommend for Chong Yu? You can go 2-piece Cryo, 2-piece Gladiator or Noblesse. Or you can run 4-piece Noblesse if you want him to be a support, question mark. That gives your team a buff, but I would probably just go for damage. His weapon can be Prototype Archaic, Serpent Spine, Black Cliff. Doesn't need any of the ER swords. He can also run the fish weapon. Hey, Steph. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. And Kyojiro Rengoku Mai. Welcome to stream. That's a long name. I'm just going to call you Rengoku because I know that part. And we're done. Artifacts complete. We'll chill out at Mondstadt real quick. You have Battle Pass, you don't know how to open it. On keyboard, it's F4 for shortcut. Otherwise, I think on like the circular wheel, you should have it added like right there. This is the icon if you access the circular wheel to open your Battle Pass. Goodbye. All right, done. We're ready to go. All right, so plans for today. Thanks to the event, we got enough books for Shinobu now. So that's very cool. So I don't need to worry about books anymore. And we also have sufficient enough Mora if I don't spend too much of it on artifacts. So that's also good. I guess we should go back to Emblem once again. That's for certain. Because I need to get more potential pieces. And I'll probably keep saving a lot for Artifact Strongbox. Most likely. Oh yeah, Steph, I don't know if you were here earlier. I don't think you were, but I showed off my Yelan's changed stats. Just need to find her first. There she is. So here's my current Yelan stats right now. 82, 215, 166, or if you want to be specific, 82, 216, 167. It's just a very small percentage at the moment. Still trying to get a good hydro damage bonus though. Running Tenacity Noblesse instead. We have this, energy recharge, HP percent, crit rate because I don't have a good hydro goblet, and we're still rocking Aqua Simulacra. See you later, Val. Thank you for stopping by. Hope to see you soon. In 5 minutes, sure. Alright, so trying to think. How many fragiles do I have? I have only 2. Just 2 fragiles. Okay. You should use my Homa and Zhongli. I should, but I just have Zhongli as only shield. And I'm kind of swapping Homa between Hu Tao and Xiao, depending. So I guess if I want to make, like, you know, Geo nuke Zhongli for something, sure, I guess. But I don't need it. I don't need it immediately. Okay. So I think the game plan for today will be... It is nice, yeah. If I try to go for a second one, I'll consider it. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe we go for... We can go for Emblem now, then do Yelan's story quest. Because I can just probably pop, like, both fragile resins. Actually, I'll just pop 1 fragile resin. Just 1. We'll call it there. We'll do 4 condensed runs of this domain. Off we go. I kind of spent all of my fragile resin back when Noblesse was like one of the best domains, or I think I split it between Noblesse and Viridescent. I forget which one. But I did spend my fragile resin way back during like 1.0, early 2.0 days. I missed having 40 plus. Good times. And let's see, Eris. Fictional characters wearing lots of rings. Interesting. Alright. So let's do some Emblem of Severed Fate. With this team now, we lose Ayaka because she's not part of the friendship squad anymore. That's okay. Because it's electro immune, Kaching is effectively dead weight. We will still bring in... Who do we bring in now? Now that Ayaka isn't needed as much. I mean, I could still bring her for... That's not... I mean, I could still bring her. Yeah, it's literally just Yelan and Kaching. Everyone else is friendship 10, sure. So we'll put Ayaka third. Okay. We do lose access to the kazoo, but it'll be fine. There we go. Nice. And Kaching is there for moral support. Let's see what we get with our first resin. Or condensed. Hey Avid, welcome to stream. Attack, terrible. Maybe if it rolls crit. Damage. Thank you, Ayaka. Greatly appreciated. Alright. Double goblet. Pyro. Okay, it's pyro damage. Attack. Terrible. Moving on. One. Go. I'll just wait for one more and done. Everything is ready to go for next run. Another condensed. We got HP, Animo with crit. No hydro yet. Good dodge. Thank you. The worst luck with artifacts? Same here, Maya. Same here. Pyro with another crit. Defense. Of course, the good stuff just so happens to be in the 4 stars. Because of course it is. Alright. So far, garbage. No, wrong one. Oh, we used a lot of resin this week. It's not that they're bad, Moon. It's just that I'm AR60. And 4 stars are just like temporary pieces for me. Because I have so many 5 stars to choose from. If you have nothing to start out with, 4 stars are excellent. Highly unlikely, Moon. Because the way a 4-star artifact works is how they calculate their stats. So like a 4-star artifact usually starts off with 2 stats. You have to roll level 4 to get the 3rd, level 8 to get the 4th, then level 12 and level 16 to get upgrade to either one of those 4 stats, and it caps out at 16. The highest you can get on any 4-star artifact is 3. Whenever we see one of those. Because like, when you get 3, level 4 gives you the 4th stat. You have 3 rolls up to level 16 to get an upgrade on those stats. 5 stars start off with 3, then they roll level 4 to get the 4th. Or they start off with 4, and then every level is just an upgrade. Max cap being level 20. So, see you later, Maya. Thank you for stopping by. Take care. So, like, your 4-star might be better for the time being, but when you like start to get, you know, really good 5 stars or like high level 5-star artifacts at level 20, you definitely want to be able to get either a 3 or 4 line with the best stats possible. Am I free to play? Nope. I am not. I think I've seen you before in the stream, and I think you asked the same question, Escanor. Because your name looks familiar. Oh, let's also go to the Serenity Pot. Let's also go talk with Yelan real quick. Yeah, I thought so. I did remember that name. Hello, Yelan. Let's turn on voices for this. Any tips on weapons for Jean? You can go Prototype Rancor if you want some damage. Prototype Rancor if you want some damage. Favonius if you want energy recharge. Sack Sword is also good for the same reason. Amenoma is also pretty decent. Someone can do Yelan and Sayu and travel to places so fast? Let's see, actually. I'm kind of curious. You farmed emblem now. I have 5-piece emblem. Nice, Val. Nice. And welcome, Andrew. But yeah, would I recommend her to be a healer or DPS? I use her as a quick burst healer for my teams. Just depends on what you have so far. If you need a healer, go for healer. If you want her to do damage as well, then you can also go for hybrid healer DPS.
This food street is great. It really captures that urban feel of Chuhu Rock. You've got to have a proper breakfast to get yourself in the right mood for work. Also, if you keep an ear open when you're at one of these roadside eateries, you can usually pick up a few useful snippets of information.
Alright, woo! Good stuff. Hey, Walter, welcome to stream. Oh, now Kuching has something to say.
As I thought, you've carefully observed the streets of Liwit. Your understanding of the layout of stores and vendors is most detailed. Would you be interested in discussing plans to improve Chuhurak with me?
Oh, that's nice. Hey, David, welcome to stream. Do we have any more people? No. Alright, that's good. Traveling salesman. We'll go talk to him. I guess I'll put it right in here with Yai, because I built this whole thing for summoning Yai Miko, but I wasn't able to put right in here with her.
The one before you is known as... Ah.
I don't think I will, David. I'm not one of those streamers. Sorry. Kodo Shop is a website that allows you to enter a UID of another Genshin player, and then with your own money, you can send them Primo Gems and stuff through Genesis Crystals, etc. It's good for giveaways, but I'm not doing any at the moment. I have reached maximum limit. God damn it. Alright, I guess we'll get rid of some of these. That's okay. Have I... What? Furnishing limit? What? No. Technically, yes. Where do you use those gold things? There's a music player in the Serenity Pot. You can do it from there. Alright, hang on. I gotta make some space so I can put Raiden and Yai together. Really? How though? Is it just for this one? Okay. Well, gotta make some space. for the Raiden Shogun. What more do you want me to take? Thank you. Thank you, Escanor. I put a lot of effort for the Yai summoning ritual. But I always forgot to put Raiden here. And to be fair, I needed to oh wait, does Raiden... Yeah, there they are. Nice. They can enjoy the view. And just to go back to that, Delta, yes, you can give away Genesis crystals. It's just that it usually works for the Philippines. Most of the time. And I think there's also like Razor Gold. Razor Gold is like another thing, but you can give yourself discounted.
All right, maybe I'll take one more day off. And
With, yeah, with Razor Gold, Razor Silver, you can get discounted stuff for games that are sponsored with them. But I think with Coda Shop, it's based on Philippines for Genshin Impact. Basically, if you purchase outside of the Philippines, you'll get taxed effectively. So essentially, what people sometimes ask me is like, oh, hey, could you give me Genesis crystals through this Philippine website that if you're North America will tax you extra out of the kindness of your heart, Mr. Streamer? The answer is no. And like, I don't mean to be rude about it, but man, paying rent and then people just asking out of the blue for Primo Gems is crazy. I would do it if I had the necessary funds, don't get me wrong. I would love to host a giveaway here and there. But I'm not one of those streamers that do it all the time to attract viewers. Because then, you know, when my giveaways are done, what else is there? It's just me talking to no one for hours on end. I already did Serenity Pot. Sorry, I'm just going through a mental checklist. I think we can do Yelan's story quest. Yeah, Welkin giveaway is possible, Eris, because those are pretty cheap. It's like $5 for 1 month. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Do as many of those, but just be careful of the frequency and you know, the types of people that may join that want more. Because I've seen a couple of comments that be like, oh, you know, hey, I know this is weird, but can you give me Primo Gems, Genesis Crystals, whatever? I'm trying to reach pity for Venti, and I've been trying to save him up for so long, but I accidentally, quote unquote, built pity and got a guaranteed on a character that I didn't even want, even though I should have saved. So can you please spend money from your wallet to fund my gambling addiction? And I'm like, dude, come on. Listen to yourself. Venti can come back. Chill. Just chill out. And like, I understand where they're coming from, because I may or may not have thought to write those comments myself, but I would catch myself and be like, nah, that sounds dumb. And then I wait for the rerun, and then I get the character. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I'm good. Well, that's usually the case for some of the comments I've been seeing on other big streamers' platforms. I already did the artifact route. Yeah, I guess we can just do Yelan stuff and all that things. Alright, let's go do Yelan's story quest. We are practically ready to go. Oh, excuse me. All right, so then he got the 5-star. Oh. Oh, it's a 3-star. Okay. That would have been like some grade A karma right there. Alright, so I guess for this one, I'll keep my mic open, not muted, just so we can chill. Go to the 2nd floor of Young Chung Tea House. Okay. Here we are.
Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Oishi, why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea?
Sorry, I'm just getting my food.
I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would very much like to hear your adventure story.
Is everything okay?
Oishi told you, didn't she? Don't worry. I'm quite all right. It's just the years gradually catching up. As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing,
Hang on.
the flesh is weak. Especially recently. Noticed a rather drastic drop in my energy levels.
It do be like that, Uncle. But Delta, I think you also have to do the story to unlock the next part of the battle event, the Guiles of the Path of Guile and War and all that. So you have to do both of them together. But I don't think it's like you have to wait an actual day, because that would be weird. Now, before we continue, just gonna open up my own lunch. Come on. There we go. Get that sticker out of here. Alright, we got ourselves a turkey bacon wrap. Let's go. And continue the story.
I am still very much in good standing as the Tianshu today. Nevertheless, I wish to pass on my position.
Exactly, Steph. Exactly.
Well, you see,
See you later, Harris.
Tianshu is a rather unique position among the Liyue Qixing. Historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We stay behind.
That's weird, Delta. That's very weird.
Planning and giving advice. So a public selection process would not be suitable. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu candidates free from influence by outside forces. So we tend to be as discreet as possible in their assessment and appointment. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends their candidate of choice, and this is then approved by the other Qixing members.
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my health, I won't be able to assess every candidate myself. Not to despair, however. because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer. In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tian here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
Sounds cool.
What do you think? Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with the new Qixing, right?
Alright then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tian, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety too. Don't you think I might make a good Tianshu?
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house. You're all set?
Yeah, sounds good, Moon. Hope it gets shipped safely, because I have heard that some computer parts tend to get like slightly scuffed. Like I don't know. Depends on how it's treated in the packaging. Hope it, but yeah, just hope it comes safely.
Uncle Tian seems really worn down. It's like all his energy's gone.
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tian is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingguo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingguo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Yanwei, Ningguo, Yui. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
You'll try to do a bit later today. You left off floor 11, chamber 3. Look at you, Steph. Look at you. Rising through the ranks. How was this floor 11 compared to the previous one? If I may ask.
Let's leave that until we get to Yuehai Pavilion. Alright. Heads in the game, people. The stakes don't get much higher than a change in the Qixing. We can't afford to miss anything, no matter how small.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide open.
Can't believe floor 9 took forever. Yeah, being tired will definitely affect your performance. Where are we going?
Take it easy.
Yeah, I just ate my lunch. That's all. This is pretty fun though. Here we are.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
Oh, I mean, I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just being unreasonable.
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over this. It's not worth it. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Yeah, that's true, Moon. Some of the cutscenes can be pretty good. Well, there's a little left to be desired.
Fine. Ugh, they're not the best quality chairs, to be sure. But under the circumstances, it would be better than nothing.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived.
Those 3?
Mm-hmm. We'll meet them formally soon. Before that, let me run you through the assessment process. I've split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow, one of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression of what each person's proposing. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done.
Alright, Yelan. Let's read. We'll sit down. And now we read. Damn it. Let's see. Mingbo's manifesto covers domestic affairs quite comprehensively, focusing on people's livelihoods. The core principle seems to be the greater good means a world that works for everyone. Okay. Then we list Shuri. Shuri's manifesto covers domestic affairs, foreign, and checks and balances. Great detail, the focus seems to be problem solving. It provides concise and clear solutions to various problems. It's so thick that you only have time to skim through it roughly. Okay. Last but not least, Xianwei. And welcome back, Jordan. Xianwei's manifesto addresses many commercial issues and provides some very penetrating analysis. His view seems to be that regulations and incentives are both indispensable. Okay. Talk to Yelan.
Finished, huh? What did you think?
Everyone took it very seriously.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets. That's for me to know and you to find out. We can talk more after the interviews. We'll see the candidates now. Let's do one at a time. Start with Chenwei.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you 2 are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing 2 entirely unfamiliar faces. I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact.
Your communication skill.
Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly talking about. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts I have put forward. Yeah, although I shouldn't get my hopes up.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm, Mingbo. I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days? My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts.
Okay.
To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely...
He's very detailed.
Is it just Kainan, or is he not very good at public speaking?
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some questions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I feel like I just saw myself in Mingbo. Damn.
Hello.
Talking way too much.
Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Very fair question. I completely understand where you're coming from. But I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach 2 very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the results. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take responsibility.
Nice answer. All right, next question.
Okay.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure to listen to.
I agree. However,
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto, which effectively target the big issues. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings. Ningguo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, very detail-oriented. But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Ningguo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Perfect summary. Paimon couldn't agree more. You're good at this, Yelan.
Last but not least, Yi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details, his methodology is sound, and his proposals cover a broad range of fields, which is quite a rare feat.
however,
The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Yi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
hey Jalen, welcome to the stream, and enjoy your stay at the Disney World Hotel. I think I've only been there like once, but it's pretty good there. And hello, welcome to stream. We're currently doing Yelan story quest.
Great.
We'll see. Let's go back and report to Uncle Tien.
7-star selection. Have to go back to the tea house. Okay.
it's more or less as I anticipated.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's only for some, Jalen. Only for some. Sometimes they would have their story quest released maybe like a patch later, but for Yelan, it's a special case, so yeah.
Alright, then let me ask this. The ideas in Jur-E's manifesto are very similar to your own. Is there any particular reason behind this?
Do you ever wanted to learn language just for the sake of learning a language? I used to have that, but now I'm not too sure. Kind of been feeling very distracted from learning anything, to be honest. Not too sure why.
I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of candidates, for fear of affecting your judgment. But I can tell you now, those 3 candidates have all studied under me in the past. It's only natural that they share some similarities with me. But Xin Wei went on to focus on his business, and Ming Guo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Of all of them, Juri was with me for the longest duration.
She does have a story quest, actually. You just have to do a couple of prerequisite quests, and it's adventure rank locked, I think. She does have her own story mission, though.
Whoa! So how did you get to know them all, Uncle Tian?
Chen Wei was referred to me by an old friend. Ming Guo came to my attention in the course of my work. As for Juri, I was pure happenstance.
I have no idea, Uto, how they're going to implement that. No idea. They might change their requirements, but it's up in the air.
We first met while fishing. Gradually, as we got to know each other, we started discussing all sorts of topics. Juri came from a poor family, and his parents died when he was very young. But he was a gifted student and a fast learner. He reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on.
Sounds like he's family to you.
And now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young man. It's a joy to see. But it also gets one thinking. The young are growing up. I am growing old. How time flies. No one can escape the cycle of life.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another few years of work left in you, don't you think?
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a bad thing. It just means I finally have a good reason to retire. Spend my days doing what old men like me should be doing. Going fishing whenever I feel like it.
Sounds like you sure love fishing, Uncle Tian.
Ooh, there's nothing quite like fishing to pass the time. Ooh, and freshly caught fish, they make the most beautiful fish soup with barely any preparation required.
Fresh fish soup. Sounds tasty.
Doesn't it? Also, some time ago, Juri purchased a very special recipe from an old fisherman. When we've been fishing recently, Juri always brings some extra ingredients he prepared in advance. The addition of these makes the soup taste even more wonderful. That flavor makes for a fond memory. But at my age, who knows how many more chances I have left to taste it again.
Ooh, can Paimon come next time too? Paimon really wants to try it.
Let's get back to the matter at hand. Uncle Tian, we've reported back. Do you have a verdict?
I appointed you as the assessment officer, and I trust your judgment. Had you not asked me why Juri's ideas were so similar to mine, I was not going to mention my history with any of them. This decision must be guided by what is fair and right. Please disregard all other considerations and make your final decision only after a thorough review of each candidate's talents and capabilities.
Cool.
Remember, you must be thorough.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk somewhere else.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. Look after yourself.
Oh, there's a cat.
So, it's gonna be Jiri, right? His manifesto was written well, and he's the best speaker.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time limit for this assessment.
Huh? So, are you gonna give them more tests or something?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. Things are not always as they appear. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through many different channels. For example, Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. They work for me. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments as required.
Okay.
Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not here right now.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he alright? I seem to remember that he can't swim.
Nothing can take that guy down. Certainly not a little wind and waves.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through Mingbo's work files.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Jiri?
Guess that's up to us.
Jiri, well, obviously as the most promising candidate, we will be investigating him ourselves. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of people passing through there. You can find out all kinds of things.
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to Bulai, the owner of Wanyu Boutique? He does business at the North Wharf. Maybe he has some news for us.
That's actually not a bad idea. Let's go and ask him.
Alright, stealth time. But I think for now, let's see. I'm probably going to do the second half of the story quest tomorrow. Just because I don't want to just blow through all of it in one sitting. And I guess we can maybe sneak in one more. Just a cheeky... I don't think that's her last name. Trust me, I know. Let's see, we can go with this team again. One cheeky run for Emblem Domain.
Things are about to get dicey. Rain cutter!
Take flight. Embrace the ice.
Quietly now.
Alright, thank you. I know it's a different Amber. I know what you're talking about. And absolutely garbage. Come on, game. Come on. I know you can do better than this. Alright, but for now, I think we'll end the stream here. Just because I'm probably gonna do a little bit of extra things in the afternoon, and also sleep. Even though I could go longer, but yeah, I just want to relax, man, from the work week. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening if you have. And I'll try and see if I can do a Sunday stream. I most likely will. Yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.
I got a new letter